Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special showcase I'm going to use an idea from one of my subscribers, Gaming Mad Ad, who's given me the brilliant idea of showing you guys exactly which books and reference books that I used. These books that I've got and I'm about to show you have helped me immensely through my journey of collecting Transformers, so I'm going to show you them and I'm going to show you why. So this is one of the first ones that I got. This is the special edition cover where Optimus Prime does transform on there. This book has been, as I say, re-released later on with a bit more up to date, which I'll show you in a second. But the reason why I got this and the reason why it's so good, as I say, is exactly this. It gives you a brief history at the beginning about the Transformers and where they came from. So you've got a bit of story there. But as I say, for most collectors, this is what you need to know. So here we go. We've got all the figures. It's got the bit about the description of them, so the bit that'll be on their tech specs and their bio. But the important thing is the accessories that come with it. As I said, this is a really old book, so please, if you do manage to get this one, don't worry about the price guide on it. The best thing about it is identification of all the parts that came with all of the figures. So this is one of the first books that I got. It is very, very good. This is limited to all of Generation 1, but just the Hasbro releases. Obviously, there's been a lot more since then. But again, as you can see, for the content that's inside, it's fantastic. As I said, the only downside is it is quite old. That's one of the first books that I got. This one, however, I believe, same person as you'll see, Mark Belamo, and it's the more up-to-date one. And what we've got in here is, again, exactly the same. So you've got the introduction. This is a lot stiffer. Let's hope I can hold the pages open with my phone. And it's just got different colours, bit more better pictures, bit more detail of the actual weapons, so you can make sure that you're getting the ones to complete your figures. It's very similar, if not the same. As I say, same bloke, just changed some of the pictures, just changed the pages around a little bit. But again, it's a great identification book. Again, the prices, unfortunately, even though this is a newer book, are still nowhere near where they are. Obviously, the true price value of a toy is what a collector's willing to pay. But it does sort of say here, so you've got, here we are, Scorponok. So mint loose complete, 200 to 245. Mint in box, 285, 3, and then I say mint in seal box. So that's how you understand it. That probably isn't too far off, to be fair. But again, this is another brilliant guidebook. And again, it's limited to just Generation 1 Hasbro releases. Moving on to another book. This one I found super useful. You'll also notice on a lot of my videos that I really like variants. So as I say, so you've got the Unofficial Guide to Vintage Transformers from the 1980s and 1990s. Now I'll put a couple of page markers in here, because what we've got is, you can see you've got the mini bots there. There's a whole load of pages on the mini bots. You've got the Japanese variants. You've got, as I say, the different packaging. It's a bit more detailed, to be fair. It does show the Japanese packaging as well. So you've got the Takara stuff. And the other good thing that's really, as I say, I really like about this book is, if I turn it here to show you, you've got all the different variants. So this was 1986, so all the figures that came out in 1986. And if we come down to the protector bots, so you can see here that we had Blades released with a metal chest and with a plastic chest. So this also lists all the known variants that were released by the figures, by Hasbro, sorry, at that particular time of them figures. So if you look at the triple changes as well, you've got Sandstorm. He's obviously, as I say, got metal toes. Springer's got the metal chest and the plastic chest. This book is brilliant for finding out your variants. It's still got the same, as I say, figures all released in the order that they came out. Not so much detail on the weapons and everything that came with them. It's just got more glossy pictures of everything. And as I say, it spent a little bit more detail on the other things which I was just pointed out. It's got all the release dates, but it's also very important that it's got the variants. Moving on to another book. This was the first Japanese book that I brought. Unfortunately, it is all in Japanese. And this is the complete range of G1 right through to G2 of the Hasbro and Takara release figures. So the first few pages, in fact all the first pages, are very similar to the others. It's just a little more condensed. You can see the weapons that they've got, but it doesn't, as I say, put them in their own picture. It's a good book still. But one of the best reasons why that I like it, and you'll see now, and of course, is for this. So you've got the Japanese release. So you've still got the year at the side, So there we go, 1988. So this will be the Super God Master Force figures. And you can see there we've got Metal Hawk, Minerva, Ghost Shooter, Six Knight. So it's got all the Japanese release figures. So it's got the standard, as I say, Hasbro ones released first. There's of course Black Zarek, so there's 1989. Here's the Hasbro figures. And then if you carry on through the year, there you come to the Japanese. So it's a really good book. The only downside with this is the fact that it is all in Japanese. But that leads me to the final book that I've got. And this is probably my favourite. Just for where I'm at with my collection, to be fair. The first one I showed you for where you're starting off is ideal, because you can really identify everything. This one's a brilliant book, and again it's got the unofficial guide to Japanese and international Transformers. So if I open up a few pages on here, similar start, all the background history on them all. So you've got, as I say, some Diaclone figures, where they all came from, Convoy, and then as I say, when you come onto the actual pages, you've still got the same things of course, but the Japanese ones. So there's your Stepper, there's your Artfire. Flukily just opened on that page there. Them two are obviously incredibly rare and incredibly sought after. I had actually got some page markers there for some of the other rarer ones you see. So you got your Laia Kaiser gift set. Pictures are amazing. Actually, some of the pictures are from a lot of the collectors that you might see in Facebook groups. And as I say, Chuck Lou's on here as well from Artfire. He's still got his website selling Japanese Transformers. I've also stopped to here. So you've got some, as I say, different variants, Antex and Estrella of the mini bots. But these are the main books, as I say, that I use. You've also got the European variants in here as well. I think it was a brilliant idea actually from my subscriber. It's got all the box sets and, as I say, all the little prototypes and things in as well. So great idea. Thank you very much for asking for it. I really do think this is going to be very useful to you guys, because it has been to me. As I say, to start yourself off, you're after either this book or this book. That's got all the pieces and all the parts which come with each particular character. This one is for your variants, amazing for that. And then your Japanese ones, if you can read Japanese, obviously they're both amazing for you. Otherwise, this is the one that's obviously translated into English. Great books. Hope this has helped you out a lot. Take care and subscribe for more.